Okay, we're now live. I want to thank everybody for joining in with us this afternoon. Like always, we're going to give YouTube a few minutes to actually go through and give out the notifications. I'm actually shooting live same time on Facebook. So people on Facebook, if you would like, you can go to the YouTube channel and actually watch it if you want, or you can stay right here on Facebook. On Facebook, you won't be able to see the actual comments and you won't be able to call in. I'm gonna see if I can get to the point. I think StreamYard has a option where I can stream at the same time on the same at the same broadcast. So I'm gonna start looking into that. But once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're gonna give YouTube a couple more minutes. I just want to let everybody know on this weekend I will be releasing the actual VA module. I had a actual meeting this morning with the actual company, and I'm gonna finish that up and release it over the weekend. So this weekend coming up, you'll have the VA module, how to actually set up a virtual assistant. Also, after that, we'll be coming up with the actual QuickBooks. QuickBooks is something that I'm actually working a lot with right now because of my businesses and having to go back and clean up some stuff. Like I told you all, a lot of the stuff that we're doing right now in this stage of our life, the stuff I've never done before and stuff that I don't have any really I haven't had any mentorship on. Far as our investment group, we loan money out and we're buying property and we're we're starting businesses, closing businesses as a group, and we don't really have a lot of leadership within our community that come in and actually tell us how to actually do that. Our counterparts they've been doing this for hundreds of years, so it's second nature to them. For us, this is the first time that we ever embarked on this. So some of the stuff that we're having to go back now and clean up from 2 or 3 years with our businesses and our investment group, I'm actually now getting more involved in the QuickBooks and making it going forward. So we won't run into these problems. Like loaning money, we have to. I didn't. We just loaned the people money, and they paid us back, and we thought we could. I thought it was just just calculate the interest and be done, but accountants want to see a amortization schedule and all that stuff. So we got to start putting all that stuff together if we're gonna start continuing loaning money and all that. So we got a lot of stuff we got to come up to speed with. We can't just be running it out of shoebox and stuff like we've been doing the past several years. Now we're big time. We got to actually bring our accounting and our knowledge base up to match. And it's a good thing to know. We need to learn how to do these types of things, not only for us but for people coming behind us, the future. Our kids and grandkids need to know how to do this. So we're gonna have to we taking a hit right now, and we got a learning curve, but we're doing well. And until I really get the age, I don't want to tell you all and get you all in the same predicament we're in. I want to make sure that I got everything good, especially going forward. Because I would like for you all to get into the same thing that we're doing, where you actually start to become a bank in your own little neighborhood, and you start to actually develop and build your communities. So with doing that, I want to make sure that I'm giving y'all great information and not just giving y'all something that will get you in trouble 2 years down the road. So with that, it worked out good that we ran into this, so I can catch the front end of it, fix it up, and then after I fix it up, I can release it into the appliance boot camp. Also, the ice cream parlor, we remodeled the ice cream parlor last week. Most of it, we got a little bit more we need to do this week. We just painted the floors and stuff today. We're gonna have to get in there and do a little bit of drywall repair, paint a little bit of the walls. So we got the ice cream parlor. We're trying to get that up and ready for March the 20th. You might see that on the board right there. I got the date there. That's the first day of spring. First day of spring. I want to come back open with the ice cream parlor with some new stuff and ready to rock and roll. We reached out to a couple of bakeries that's actually coming up, helping us come up with a homemade ice cream sandwiches that we can actually start putting in there. So I've got a couple of those I'm gonna be testing out, and we're actually getting ready for this new season to actually roll out, do a lot more marketing, bringing a lot more people in. I'm happy with the flavors we got. We got strong, like 30 some flavors. It's really good. we're gonna double up on those flavors, have about 60 some flavors when you come in here, and we're gonna redo our Italian ices. I didn't like the consistency we had with the Italian ice. I didn't like the freezers we had them in, so we're gonna make the Italian ice. We're gonna come out there with that, with the, redoing the Italian ice for this season too. So we can go out here and grab some of that market share from the Pelicans and stuff like that. Our Italian ice, the way our Italian ice is now, we beat the Pelicans and stuff. But I got to get it to where I can really market it and really push it out there. Also, we're gonna be looking at doing some homemade popsicles, putting those in there. Popcorn, we got flavors we added. We got some more that's coming on in the next couple of weeks, getting those ready too. So we got a lot going on in the ice cream parlor. And like I say, if you like, please go online. I got the link in the description where you can actually buy some of our popcorn. We'll ship it anywhere to you. If you go buy it, we appreciate it. You buying the popcorn, it actually helps keep the kids in high school employed here, so we can provide jobs for them. Also, what it does is it helps me to create more businesses for you all. It gives me a way to actually prove the businesses that I put together, and also it gives us some revenue to keep the businesses going. So I really appreciate it if you do buy the popcorn. We constantly working on those, trying to improve the product, and it's pretty good. Everybody that tells me they like it, I eat a lot of it, so I'm happy with the popcorn. And so I want, if you would go buy some of that popcorn, we'll appreciate it. Okay, tonight we're going to be talking about how to become wealthy repairing appliances. And this what kind of sparked this discussion tonight? I didn't. I was looking at Latrell Sprewell. Anybody who remember Latrell Sprewell? He was an NBA basketball player. He made over $100 million in his career. He was very famous. He choked his coach, PJ. I forget his name, but he choked him, and it was a big uproar about that. He choked his coach one day in practice. And then one time he said his family could live off of $27 million. It kind of sparked something that's supposedly be going on with his family right now. Kind of sparked the actual conversation of this for tonight. I didn't want to do no clickbait and put his name out there and stuff because it's a problem that he's having if it's true. I've been reading, trying to find if it is true. I think he might have taken it down because he got so much of a backlash from it, and the family is kind of trying to. They're in a trying time, so they don't want to get a lot of backlash because of his situation. When they're actually, from what it sounds like, they might be fighting. He might be fighting for his granddaughter's life, and that's not something to make light of. But anyway, his granddaughter needs some surgery. She has cancer, and he's trying to raise like $35,000. And he put a GoFundMe out there for the $35,000. And this is a guy who made millions and millions of dollars during his NBA career. And here it is. He had been out 15 years. I don't think he'd been out 10, 15 years out the NBA. And here it is now. He ain't got 35,000. And the thing about it, people say, well, he made all this money. He made millions of dollars. But it doesn't matter how much you make if you don't have the correct financial teaching behind you, you're going to be broke also. Because what happened is just like a soda machine. I don't care how much, if a soda machine is broke, I don't care how much money you put in it, you're not going to get no soda out. Same thing, if somebody's financial habits are bad and broken, it doesn't matter how much money you put in it. You're gonna end up broke regardless, because you just can't out earn your stupidity. I don't care how hard you try. It's been proven you're not gonna out earn your stupidity. He's actually got a GoFundMe trying to raise $35,000 for his daughter's surgery. And what happens, especially in our community, I'm making an assumption right now, because he doesn't have the 35,000 and he made so much money that he probably came from a low income family. In a low income family, we don't talk about money and we don't talk about the future. we live for the moment because we living for right now because we don't think it's going to be we don't think it's going to be we don't think there's going to be anything in the future for us, and so I can't worry about tomorrow. I got to worry about getting the lights turned on right now, and we just enjoy ourselves for this moment that we're in, and nobody never tells us how to create wealth. What you're seeing with basketball players and actors and athletes, and some of you all, a lot of you all now who have taken the Appliance boot camp course and you out here working and you making money, you have became what we call high earners, high income earners. High income earners can it can actually start to fool you, and it actually can put you worse off than somebody who don't make a lot of money. Because what happens, you take for granted your youth and you take for granted your high income that is always going to be there, and we don't never start to actually taking some of that income and while we got the youth and the energy to work, we don't never start taking any of that and putting it away for us when we're 20, 30 years down the road, and for our grandkids. Like I say, y'all hear me talking all the time about I gotta start getting stuff ready for my grandkids. Even though I don't have any grandkids, I hope one day I will have grandkids. And if I do have grandkids, if God forbid, if I'm in a situation that he's in right now, where one of your grandkids need $35,000, and you the grandfather and you the patriarch of the family, you should be able to step in and write. I know now if you were to ask him if he could go back 20 years in his playing years, he probably would put $2 or $3 million away just for this granddaughter. They say, hey, this granddaughter, because he's saying from what I've heard, this granddaughter really has his heart, and he can't. He's thinking, man, I made all this money, and now I don't have anything to help her out when she needed. So at our age, nobody teaches us how to actually start to plan and put money away for the future. So that's what I'm going to talk about tonight: how you become wealthy. Because wealthy is not about high income earning. He wasn't wealthy when he was making $100 million. Right now, if you just coming into Appliance boot camp and you making over $100,000 per year, you're not wealthy right now. You're a high income earner. Wealth is going to get to the point where you can actually take your money, and your money will keep coming in and keep growing without you doing anything. So wealth is how long you can, like I said, go up underwater. How long I can come here, sit right here on this chair, and don't do anything. How long I can survive and my family not suffer or go down. So to start creating wealth, you guys now start to think like someone who's creating wealth, and it's going to take another relearning of your brain to actually get this. And then I still struggle with it. And I have to keep reminding myself that I'm not throwing my money away. Even though everybody around you going to be telling you throwing your money away and that you're crazy, you got to be mindful that you're not and know what you're doing, and you got to be able to see things in the future. So what you got to do, you're going to have a 5 banking account. And so if you take the course, you got the 5 banking account. And this is exactly what I'm doing right now. This is not something where I'm just telling you where I believe and I'm not demonstrating. I'm doing this right now. So this is something I'm doing currently right now. Right now, I'm doing this, and this is how I pay for my buildings and stuff. All right, so you got the 5 banking accounts, and if you buy the course, I tell you about the 5 banking accounts. You're gonna have the 25% owner's pay. You're gonna have 15% that you put for your taxes. And you gonna have 10% profit. Okay. At the end of every year, you're gonna have an excess of money at the end of the year. So at the end of the year, you're not gonna spend all your 15% taxes. You're gonna have that money left over. You're gonna have money left over from your 10% profit. You're gonna have money left over on your 25% owner's pay. And that 25% owner's pay, all you need to bring over is about maybe 3 months of living expenses. You want to always have that emergency fund, 3 to 6 months. So you want to bring that over into the next year, because you'll never want to be caught without your emergency fund. So you have 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. You can take that over into the next year. Everything else, we got to find something to do with it. Right now, I like buying property. I take the money wherever I have. I don't go there and try to force something that I don't have. If all I got is 20,000, if all I got is about 25, $30,000, that's what I have to buy. I have to go find a house that's 25, $30,000. I'm not gonna go there and try to do no crazy financing and try to create debt. I'm not gonna go create no debt on top of me. I'm not gonna because I got 25, 30,000. I can and I might go get a loan for 2 or 300,000 to get a house. I'm not gonna do that. Whatever I got in my hand to spend, that's what I got to spend. So this time, I had done stuff throughout the whole year. I just say, for instance, I had 30,000 left at the end of this year. So at the end of this year, I'm looking. I need to put away about 30,000. I got 30,000 that I need to put away. I go find this building. The building that I have, the building we paid 37,000 for. So now I got to figure out a way to get it. I say, okay, I'm gonna have to go to a bid process. They're gonna bid this thing out, and I have to think what's the most I can afford to pay to get this building. I looked and I said, okay, I paid 30,000 for two buildings that I'm in right now. That right there, it has a downstairs and an upstairs. So I'm saying, one building is equivalent to my two buildings I have here. So I said the most I'm willing to pay is 30,000 for one of those buildings. But I got to go into a bidding process. I didn't know who else was going to bid. So I say, I go to my investment group and I say, hey, let's split the cost. I give 30. If you all give 30, we can bid up to 60,000. After 60,000, I have to let it go. And they was like, okay, fine. So we get the building. We paid 37 for it, both buildings. So now I got that building for 18.5. So now I got that building for 18.5. The first thing that I need to do, I need to now fix the roof because the roof is leaking, and that's the main thing. When you get someplace, the main thing you want to do, you want to get that roof fixed. Once you get that roof fixed, then you can start working your way back down. But I have to get the roof fixed. So I got concrete walls and concrete floors. So the concrete brick ain't going nowhere. That ain't gonna rot. The roof is rotting out and it's leaking water. So with the roof, it's gonna cost me about 14,000 to get my side of the roof done. So and it's gonna cost the investment group about 11,000 to get theirs done. So altogether, we're gonna have to pay the guy about 27, 30,000 to get the roof fixed. So the amount of money that I had saved, I got enough to actually pay to get the roof fixed, and I paid cash for my property. So I'm tapped. So now that I'm tapped, I don't go out and try to borrow no money. I don't go out and try to get no loan on the property and stuff. Now I got to go back and save my money back up. So I keep doing the 5 bank accounts, the 5 bank accounts, the 5 bank accounts. What's going to happen in my 5 bank accounts? My 25% owner's pay, all I need is about 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Be honest, right now, I probably keep 1 month because right now I know my business cycle. My business cycle, it's been going for 15, 20 years. I know that what I'm going to make. So all I keep is about 1 month worth of living expenses there because I'm not afraid to have 1 month because I know my business cycle, and I know how to actually create some money out of my business if things start to turn. If something turns in my business, I can turn my business on in a snap of a finger, and I crank it back up. So I know where to go and actually get my business up and running. So I only keep about 1 month. So what happened? My 25% owner's pay, it's going to kick up quick because I have subs right now going out there. So if I got subs out there kicking it up, it ain't just me pulling the weight out there. I got these subs going out there generating enough cash. In 2 to 3 months, I have another $10,000, $15,000 that I can play with. So with that $10,000 or $15,000 that I get, if I couldn't do the work myself, which I couldn't starting off, I could then go and say, okay, I'm going to do the I do the HVAC next. I do the plumbing next. So I let the plumber come, and the plumber does his job. And then I go and I wait and I'll keep doing my 5 bank account. And once my 25% owner's pay got above my 3 to 6 months, I would take the excess cash and I then go bring the HVAC person in. After the HVAC person, I bring the electrical person in. But what's going to happen eventually, once you start buying property and you're actually out here doing a appliance repair, your confidence goes up when you start to notice that you can fix anything. You're not afraid to try fixing stuff now, and you're gonna get out there and you're gonna start doing a lot of this yourself, and you're gonna realize, hey, I can fix this stuff myself. I don't need nobody to do it. You're gonna start buying the tools, and you're gonna start enjoying going out there fixing it yourself. So you're gonna start doing some. You're gonna start incorporating some of that stuff on yourself, and you're not gonna be going out here spending the money. You just be buying the material. So I keep doing that until I get the building finished. Now, simple stuff that you can do now the three trades that you're gonna have to really get somebody to do. You have to get somebody to do the roofing. You have to get somebody to do the HVAC. Get somebody to do the plumbing and the electrical. Those are the three trades that you more than likely gonna have to pay somebody to do. But meaning you got to save up for it. You got to actually save up to get done. The other stuff, like the carpenter work and all that stuff, the carpenter work, you can get a great carpenter between $25 and $30 per hour. And so with that, you're actually at an appliance repair, you're actually paying somebody, you're actually charging people $85 an hour. So you make $85 an hour, but you can go ahead and get a carpenter for $25 to $30 per hour. So what you can do, the time that you need a carpenter, you just gonna take $30 out of your 85 and actually start paying the carpenter. So now instead of you making $85 per hour, you're gonna now just be making $55 an hour, which is still great money. And you're taking the money for maybe a month or so. You just taking $30 an hour out of your pay, and you're actually paying it to a carpenter to buy his skill set to actually frame it up and build the decks and all that stuff until you can learn to do it. Once you learn to do it, you can do it yourself. But up until then, you're gonna take that money and actually start paying somebody else to do it. And this is the thing that this is the mind trick that you have to get into. Because what happened when you're taking that money, putting it into that house, into that old building, your mind gonna start telling you that you're throwing money away, that you can be doing something different with that money. Because what happens, your mind ain't really kicked on to what equity really is. And so what happens, you don't, and because if you didn't grow up in a household or in a community that knew anything about delayed gratification and about building equity and about planning for the future, you're looking at it, man. I done spent $60,000 on renovating this property. I could have easily bought me a Lexus. That's what goes through your mind. I could have easily bought that brand new Corvette, and I would have had it brand new, and I could be touching it and riding it and enjoying it right now. Because your mindset doesn't allow you to think like that. And I have to constantly keep telling myself that the money that I'm putting in here, I'm not losing it. So what happened? That money that you're spending to get that roof done, the money that $30 an hour you're paying that carpenter, you're not losing that $30 per hour. You're actually gaining that money. You're getting all that money. It's just like you putting it in the bank. But instead of you putting that money in the bank, you're putting it out there on your lot. So that $30 per hour that you're paying that guy, it actually ain't going nowhere. You getting the work done, but it's going into your building and you're getting equity out of it. So it's building up your wealth as you paying them and you bringing it up. Because at any time you can sell it and you get the money out that you have put into it. Because you have done whatever work you have done thus far, you have made that much improvement. You can actually sell it and get it out at any time. But you have to constantly keep telling yourself that money is not going anywhere. I just got it instead of having it in paper currency, I just got it in real estate. And then the simple stuff that I found out that was really good that I learned is you can get unskilled labor for about $10 per hour. So the stuff that the really stuff that you don't want to do, like the demo, the cleaning out the trash, the painting of the walls, the painting of the floors, busting through concrete, you can get somebody to do that for $10 per hour. And with us charging $85 per hour, one service fee, you can buy somebody youth and their labor for a whole day. So I can go out here and just do one service call, and I can get somebody to work for me all day off of that one service call. Cause I get $85 come knock on the door, so I could just I could just go knock on one door, and that's $85. And I can pay somebody to work at that building all day while I'm doing something else, and they'll get it all cleaned out, and they'll pull all the walls down, they'll get all the trash cleaned up, they'll paint your building, they'll do all of that, so you can get it done for $10 per hour. All right, and so what happens now, you actually now get the cash flow from appliance repair where you actually can renovate your properties as you go. You're not creating any debt. I don't like this. I know people say they'd much rather go get a loan on something that's already done, or they like to just go buy a property that's already completed and do it. I would love to also buy a completed property. I would love to go buy a property that everything is done and is completed. But I have to look at my situation. I'm just getting started in building wealth. I can't take $200,000 or like the building that's sold right beside my ice cream parlor. That's sold for over $200,000. I can't take $200,000 cash and go set it into that building. I haven't gotten that strong yet where I just do that. So I have to buy something cheap. I have to buy. I can go pay 15, 20,000, 30,000 for it, and still it doesn't affect my nest egg. It doesn't get to a point where it will hurt and break me and put me into dire straits. And I make enough cash flow from my other bit from my appliance repair business where I can actually afford to pay for it as I go. I need to secure the property. Once I secure the property, I got enough cash flow where I can build it up and keep going. So that's what I do. I buy them cheap and secure the property. Once I got the property, then I take my time and just pay as I go cash flow, and I don't create no debt. So when I'm done with it, when I walked into this building, right here, I didn't owe a penny. When I walked into the ice cream parlor, we didn't owe a penny on that. Everything was paid for. It was totally debt free. And everything I make at the ice cream parlor now is a positive. And the ice cream parlor is just about paying me my money back. And now I'm going on to the positive side. I took the money and reinvested it to get to the next level, but it's getting to the point where we can ready to go real positive on that thing. And so that's what we do here. This is how you do it and start to create your wealth. And you'll find out it doesn't take long before it can set you free. Everybody wants to hit the lottery, and they want something real quick and they want it real fast. That's why what I'm saying here, it does not, it's not sexy, and it's hard to sell, of course, on doing what I'm telling you all to do because it's delayed gratification. We want it right now, and we want to touch it right now. But I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to touch it right now. You're going to have to take this money that you're making, all this money that you all are making right now. You got to start putting it away for you all when you're 60-some years old. It doesn't look like as much now. Those $200-300, those small businesses that generate you $200-400 a day, because we're making so much money right now, it's hard for us to actually say that it's hard for you to even get excited about something going to make you $200-300 a day and you ain't got to do anything, because you make that in less than a couple of hours. So you got to get to the point and say, okay, when I'm 65, 70, and that business is still kicking me out $300-400 every day. Just ask some of you all parents if they had something that was going to give them $300-400 every day for the rest of their life, how well off they would be. And that's what these businesses does. It's not going to be nothing that's super. There ain't going to be no real cash flow like we're getting in appliance repair. Now, if you want to, you can build your appliance repair business up, and your appliance repair business can continue paying you lots and lots of money in the future, which I think you should. But I've never built my appliance repair business for that, so I can't tell you how to do that. With that, you got to join the USA, and you got to get around people like the Dean Landers and Paul McDonald's and all those people, and and Adam and all them from Fred's Appliance. You're gonna have to go to them because they got generations, and they built their businesses large enough where they can actually make enough money off of it in their retirement. And they actually sold their business in the end for large sums of money. So they can actually tell you how to do that. Me, I never done it, so I can't tell you how to do it. And I'm not even going to attempt to tell you how to do it. I know how to take the money coming off my cash flow and go create other businesses and other small businesses that are very passive. That doesn't take a lot of skill set. Don't take a lot of skill set to put ice cream in a cup. It doesn't take a lot of skill set to start renovating these houses and collecting rent. If people don't think it's sexy, $700, $800 a month. That don't. But if you start getting 10 of them, you got 5, 10 of them, and you're getting $10,000 a month in your later years, and all your kids are grown, they're in college, your house is paid for, everything is done, and you still getting $10,000 every month. That goes a long way to you having a great life, and then you can do more with. So that's what you got to start doing. You got to start looking out there in the actual future and saying, okay, when I get 65, 70, I want to make sure that I'm doing now something that take care of me then that won't become a burden on my kids. You don't want to become a burden on your kids. You want to constantly be able to keep paying your way. And same thing while you're starting to build this. Like me, I'm acquiring all this property and stuff, and I'm in the process of me acquiring all this property. I have to actually be mindful that if something was to happen to me tonight, if I was to die on my way home tonight, how would my wife and my kids be able to finish all these projects and stuff I got going on? They're not gonna want to do it through cash flow. They're gonna want to just pay somebody to do it, or they might just want to have the cash and be done with it. I'm making it so they can't sell it, but I have got to be mindful of the fact that I got to make sure that they got the cash to actually go ahead and finish the project and not hurt them financially because they have to pay somebody to finish it. So what you do then, like I told you all last week and showed you all, you go buy term life insurance. I don't like whole life. I know people are talking about they like whole life so they can borrow against it and all that. I don't know. I don't use an insurance company as an investment portfolio. I just use insurance for what insurance is. Insurance is just in case something goes wrong. So what I do, I buy insurance policies on term life, and I know if it take me, I look out and I say I'm gonna go 15, 20 years. 15, 20 years, I'll be done all these projects I got. I buy enough term life so if I was to die, my wife will have enough cash to actually then go out and be able to pay cash for somebody to do it, and it won't hurt her any, and she could actually finish the projects out and not hurt the nest egg that I leave her. Then she can go to the next step where she's just collecting the rent or whatever. So that's what you do. You have to guard against the risk. Whenever you're doing something like we're doing now, you got to think, what happened if I was to die and you're the primary breadwinner of your family and stuff? You got to make sure that they're taken care of, and they're not going to go into no downward spiral and not still be able to live the lifestyle they had gotten accustomed to. So I'm going to go ahead now and read some of the stuff we got going on in the chat. All right, and like I say in the description, if you like, please go buy some popcorn, buy the course. I teach you about the 5 banking accounts in the course. I'm gonna start teaching more about my real estate as I start to turn more of it on. And like I say, this is stuff that I'm doing. This is not something that I'm just talking about and got some type of belief about. This is something that I'm doing every day. I'm doing it daily. All right. How you doing, Lamar Staten? Hey, what's up? All right. What we have here? Sega Finance. Hey, what's going on, Sega Finance? BK from the Rockies. He said, what's good, ABC fam? Mike Campbell. What's going on, Mike? Dale Scott. Wow. Mike B. What up, fam? Okay. What's going on? Dan Young. How you doing? Hey, how you doing, Greg B? Roland Sunset. Good evening, Mike and ABC fam. Hey, how you doing? All right, there you go. Dale Scott said, what's up again? All right, Shimano 5 Lines. Salute to Grandmaster Mike and ABC fam. Thanks, I appreciate it. Picture Man 63. Good evening, Mike and ABC family. I hope everyone is safe. It's dangerously cold in Texas. Yeah, here too. We got a lot of, it's been cold here. I was just telling my mom earlier today, I don't never remember being this cold in February. It is cold. All right, 89 Dr. Funk, what's going on? G Brown, salute to Uncle Mike and the entire ABC family. Hey, how y'all doing? Dan Young, question. If you have a COD call and the customer needs a part that has been discontinued, do you provide a refund minus the service call fee, or do you keep the half you collected? No, if I collect the half of the part and I find out that the part is no longer available, I'll just give her a refund minus the service call fee, him or her. All right. They got some networking going on. All right, Warren Davis. Okay, they tell them. All right. I offer the half I collected, but I'm learning more. I'm learning most customers are happy. I worked hard and tried my best and don't expect it. Yeah, some people don't, but I give them that. I give them that part back. ABC can, or sometimes I give them a credit. If it was like a dishwasher, I give them a credit to getting a new dishwasher installed. I give them that money credited towards the new dishwasher getting installed, or microwave or something like that, or oven, if they use us to do the install. ABC Ken, what's up, ABC family? It's good to be back. Mr. Mike, keep dropping the gems on us. Salute. Okay, appreciate it. Networking. DCNF, hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. ABC Ken, I've been busy keeping the wolf away from the door. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. DCNF said gems dropping tonight. Thanks, I appreciate it. Kirk Shaw, what's up, Uncle Mike? Things looking good. Thanks, man. I'm glad to hear that up there in Philadelphia. Really appreciate it. Glad to hear it's doing good. Yeah, thank y'all. Like 89 Dr. Funk said, hit the like button if you don't mind. Hey, how you doing, Donnie Madden? Micro Bully, is it possible to go straight to fixing compressors only if that's what I'm interested? Yeah, that's what you're interested in. You can do that if you want. Take the seal system course and concentrate on compressors. Yeah, you can do that. BK from the Rockies. If you got extra money, consider putting money in an RA up to 6,000 traditional or Roth. Yeah, I used to do Roth RA, and the difference is a traditional RA. You put you don't pay no taxes on the money that you put in there. You pay your taxes when you pull it out. So it grows. Like the money you put in. If you put 6,000 in, you can subtract that 6,000 from your taxable income. You don't have to pay taxes on that at the end of the year. And as the RA grows, it grows, and then you have to pay taxes when you start to pull it out. I personally don't like the traditional RA. Reason why, because now when I'm older, I need that money. I don't want to be paying taxes when I'm pulling it out. And we all know the government always increasing taxes. So I want to make it so that later on, if we go into a socialist country, I don't want to be paying half of my RA fund going to the taxes. The Roth RA, you pay that your money that you put into the Roth, you pay taxes on that money prior to you putting into the Roth, and then the Roth grows tax free. So all the money that grows inside there, you don't have to pay no taxes on it when you start to pull it out. So I like the Roth better. Quentin Hodge, hey Mike and ABC family, hey, how you doing? Mike Campbell, man, who keeps hitting the unlike button? Don't come on this channel if you don't like the content. No, that's no problem. As long as they hitting the button, I'm happy. And YouTube doesn't matter one way or the other, as long as you're getting engagement. All right, engineered appliance repair. Love these live streams. Thanks, I appreciate it. Let them haters hate because they just letting us know we're doing great things right here. Yeah. Okay. Oh wow, where to go, Warren Davis? You killing it, man. I remember not too long ago where you was at, and now 3 jobs, 8 hours, 1,100 cash today. Customers happy. I'm slow, but money still comes with appliance repair to those that don't quit. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. That you can't. Hey, three jobs, $1,100 cash in 8 hours. Some people gonna work 2 weeks, ain't gonna make that. And so that's good, man. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about don't worry about this. How many you get done? Like I say, you gotta look at where you at. Uh, uh, Roof Chris probably don't have no more than 20 or 30 customers that come in through their doors. But they probably make more than Golden Corral that have have 75, 80, 100 people coming in there eating up everything. They go around real busy, but they got a low profit margin. I'd rather have a high profit margin and less volume. So you don't need as many people. But that's great stuff you're doing. What's up, ABC fans? Thanks for the wisdom mentor, Mike. Excited for my hands on. Okay, can't wait to see you at the hands on. Hey, how you doing? Okay. Yeah, we'd like to know what kind of jobs you done, Warren. Hey, how you doing, Tack Appliance? He done a mini fridge flip. Okay, thermidor fridge, door swap, thermidor oven igniter. There you go. That's good. That's good. That's the thermidor is paid, man. JT, Mike, I want to thank you. You have taught us so much about wealth building. Oh, thank you, JT. I appreciate that. Chris, checking in. What's up, ABC fan? And I want to just want to say this too. Um, I don't. Only way I know this stuff. Somebody. It's not about nobody being smarter than anybody. It's just about exposure. I just got exposed to somebody earlier on, and those people showed me how to do this. So it's not me being smart and I figured this thing out. I just got exposed to it, and I had people who mentored me in different ways to show me this. Now, like I just told you all at the beginning, right now I'm catching it, trying to clean my taxes, clean the taxes up from our actual investment group because we have no mentors, and we went out there and we doing what everybody say you're supposed to do. They want to see group economics and this and that, uh, but nobody done it, and so nobody can come back and tell us how you're supposed to do it the correct way. So not from our community. I don't know anybody who have done it and that comes back. And if you know somebody, I want to thank everybody too who've been sending me leads and stuff to accountants and stuff, and people actually going out there looking at the information and sending me stuff to help me out. I've been looking at the stuff. I really appreciate it. Ramsey sent me some too. They're very good. I appreciate that because we're learning. We got to get out here and we got to learn. Everybody else knows. Like I say, my old business partner, Abdul and Ron, they didn't have to go there. Their wives were accountants. Their fathers have been doing business for hundreds of years. Their families have been doing business together for years and years and years. So what they're doing was just their great grandfathers went through what we're going through now to figure this stuff out. So they what's it called? It's second nature to them. With us, we don't have an accountant. I don't know anybody in my family that's a licensed CPA. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody in my wife's family that's a licensed CPA. Do anybody have any in the chat and on Facebook? Uh, does anybody have in their immediate family or first cousin, second cousin, auntie, uncle that's a certified CPA? That's a certified public accountant. I ain't talking about somebody doing bookkeeping and all that, but has went and passed the CPA exam and that is a certified public accountant. I don't know anybody. I wanted my daughter to do it bad. I wanted her to do it bad. She had the capacity to do it. I wanted her to do it bad. But we the thing what they tell us tell the kids now when they get ready to go get ready to go to college, they tell them to look at the courses where you don't need no math. They sell that's a selling feature for the course for the degree. Now they looking at it, they say you get this degree, you ain't got to do no math. That lets you know right there the degree ain't gonna be worth nothing if you ain't got to do no math. So that's one of the things they use to sell the kids. Hey, go take this degree. You ain't got to do no math in here. And we got to get to the point where we got to start pushing them. We need CPAs in here. We need doctors. We need more engineers. We need that type of stuff. Stuff that's going to give us the technological advancements that we need to actually compete. We got to start competing in here. We're not going to be able to be relaxed and think the days of thinking that you're going to go get in somebody's company and you're going to work there 25, 30 years and stuff. That stuff is gone. We got to get out here and we got to start competing and we got to get out here and we got to start building your own businesses and building your own legacies. So we got to start pushing and getting some CPAs and stuff in here. Okay. BK for the Rockies. I completely agree with you, Mike. You have to prepare for the future. It's more complicated than what. It's very complicated. It is. It's very complicated. It is. It is so complicated. Like I say, with me, it has to. I have to constantly keep reminding myself that I'm not throwing money away. I have to constantly keep reminding myself that my money is not gone. I have to constantly keep reminding myself. Like for instance, I pulled away from the house that we're finishing up in Rocky Mount, but for a couple of reasons. One, I couldn't get no electrical supplies. All the breakers and stuff, you can't buy any breakers. You think it's hard to get appliance parts? Go try to buy you a couple of hammer breaker and all that. Couldn't get the electrical supply. None to be found anywhere. So we was at a standstill waiting on material. So I said, okay, I can't finish that up, but we can do the demo here. So I pulled them and said, let's go here and do the demo. Once I started looking at the demo, and I started looking at the building, I realized I can have this. I can have the bottom part of this building fixed in about a month and a half, ready to be rented out. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one up. It's easy. It's right down from the shop. I get that rented out, and then I can have the upstairs finished in probably another 2 months, and then I'll go back to Rocky Mount. And hopefully, then by the time we get to the upstairs, we have some electrical equipment coming in. But you can't get electrical breakers and stuff. Chris Fagan. Mike is gonna get his either way. No, no, Bob. Yeah, I don't figure out. I'm gonna make my money. Ramsey. Oh, no. What's up, Mike? We'd love to have a conversation with you about life insurance. Okay, that's no problem. Yeah, I'd love to talk to you too. Now, if you want to talk, I do term life. If you're gonna tell me all the advantages of whole life and all that, I'll listen to it. But with me, my investment is gonna come at what's called. I'm gonna do my investment someplace else. I just want insurance just in case something happens. But I listen to you. I listen to anybody. And maybe you know something about it that I don't know. All right. What's up, Mike? Knowing what you know now, if you were 25 years old with a appliance repair business, what investments will you start doing now that you didn't do in the past at that age? What I'm doing exactly what I'm doing right now. I'll be buying these cheap properties and actually renovating them and fixing them up. Try to at 25, try to do maybe one per year. Just buy one. Then if I had to buy it 1 year, then fix it up next year. Just constantly buying up the real estate. Because hey, you gotta think now. Uh, Real estate ain't going. You can't make no more real estate. What's here is here. You can't make no more land. So what's here is here. So you buy that, and once you get the land, like that building, like this commercial building, and the ones I got. Once I'm here, I can put anything here. I can put anything in it. It's like no, if it's ice cream parlor, this 20 years, next 20 years, it might be I might have a great grandson, a daughter that might want to be orthodontist. Hey, granddaddy bought a building. I can put my orthodontist thing downtown in here. One of them might be a real estate agent. Granddaddy bought a building a long time ago. I can put my real estate agent in there, office in there. So once you got it, it can be just about anything. Once you got the property, you got to start doing that. They make dollars. They print money all day long. So and it don't matter what the currency is. That's another thing too. People say they're going to Bitcoin because the dollar's going to crash and you're going to go to hyperinflation and all that stuff. It might be, but if you own a business and if you own property, whatever the new currency is going to be, you just switch over to that and start charging appropriately. So it doesn't matter about that. It's only what hurts you when they start to switch currency and stuff, and what hurt our older people. Our older people get on a fixed income. So what happens? You go, you go and you retire and you get Social Security. You get on Social Security. What happens? Social Security is going to give you $1,500 a month, whatever it's going to give you. Gas prices goes up. You can't go up on your Social Security. If the price of bread goes up, you can't go up on your Social Security. They're just gonna say you got $1,500 a month or whatever they're gonna send you, and you just stuck. And what happens? $1,500 a month, they'll buy the same amount When you first, when no $1,500 a month now don't buy the same that it will when I turn 65. But they still, the Social Security don't go up enough for you to get ahead. So you just and then the prices of goods go up. Not only that, the electricity goes up. Everything goes up. Like now, where the power has been out for like I saw the power been out now for like 3 or 4 days back home. And I'm starting to see people back home saying the government got to step in and give me some food stamp card because I done lost my groceries. And I'm thinking, God knows, maybe it's just me, but I don't have $100 worth of groceries in there in my refrigerator, and I can feed my family for 120, $150 a week. I ain't gonna, Lord knows I ain't gonna go to the government and tell them they gotta give me some food stuff because my power went off. But that's how bad people are struggling. Where the power going off and they don't know they're gonna be able to make it because all the food going bad. And they want food stamps. They want the government because of a natural disaster. They want the government to step in and fix the not fix the infrastructure, but to buy them food again. And you don't want to be like that. You want to actually create wealth. So I don't care. The power go out. Matter of fact, I need to throw some of the stuff away. Just throw it away and be done. You don't care about that. It's going to go bad. So you don't power you losing the food in your freezer should not be something that's gonna hurt you financially where the government got to step in. Tavares Ferguson, see you next week. Okay, look forward to seeing you. Hey, now Dr. Funk. Okay, nope, I don't. Okay, there you go. Nobody knows that's negative. Okay, TAC Appliance Services. I have a cousin who's a CPA. That's good. Okay, my daughter's finishing her accounting degree this year. That's great. Okay, let's see here. Tax Elite Property LLC. Okay, what's up? Mike, one of the large differences from a licensed accountant and an accountant that holds a degree is merely the test. Is merely the test, though, and they can act in front of the IRS in certain areas. Yeah, that's the same thing. That test is what separates everybody. That's the difference between the electrical contractor and the contractor is that test. I mean, electrical contractor and just say maybe a journeyman. They can do the same thing, but that contractor, because he passed that test, he got a license. It holds a whole lot more weight, and that's the thing that we can't get past a lot of times. That test is there for a reason. It ain't there to tell you how much you know and think that you know more than that other person and that you can do more than that other person. It's there to lock you out. You know, the only reason we have these state licenses and tests is because they lock you out. They didn't want you there. After I keep telling you all, after the Civil War, we were all the master tradesmen and stuff like that. We went up north and we started opening business, started doing well. The North said they can't compete with them because they were taking all the business. They said they had to do the trade unions. The trade unions came up and keep to force the slaves back into the South to rebuild the South after the Civil War and to keep them from actually competing up north. And then they figure out then that they can actually do stuff like that. CPAs, medical doctors, and stuff like that. They figure they can get you to get a license, and they have the state regulated. Once the state comes in to regulate it, the state's going to tell them they're going to have so much a percentage passing of that test. If they get more above 2%, they're going to have to rewrite the test and to kick you so you can't get in. That way, it makes that CPA license stays there and hold more. So yeah, anybody can do the same thing. You know, if somebody's willing to sit down and just read and study the tax code and stuff like that, they can give me the same knowledge and stuff as everybody else. But no, so it doesn't a CPA having the CPA licensed CPA doesn't necessarily means that you actually have all the knowledge and stuff that somebody else don't have. But it actually protects you and protects your trade. You can't go open up. You can't just go open up a firm. You know, if you got to be working for somebody, you got to be working within a corporation or working up under somebody. If the corporation get mad and tell you get on out of here, we don't want to see you no more. You can't go next door and open up your CPA office and say I'm going to open up my own business. Same thing if I'm up north and I say if I go to everybody up north and say, can you please give me a job? Give me a job as a electrician. And the union say, no, we don't want to hire you. If all the companies say, no, Mike Smith, we don't want to hire you, I'm not going to get no job. But if I can go out here and I got my own contractor's license, I don't have to ask nobody for no job. I just sit down and say, hey, I'm going to compete and I'm going to start my own company and I'm going to compete against you. So that's what that does. It eliminates you having to go work for somebody. And that's the biggest difference. Fabulous Life 50. Good evening, Uncle Mike. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, it's really real out here for sure. No doubt, DC now. Okay, Warren Davis. I have friends in the stock market making a lot of money, and they tell me a trade is a waste of time now because Phantom is coming in a few years, and we need millions fast to survive. What's your thoughts? Nah, I've heard that so many times. I've heard that so many times that somebody in the stock market that's making lots of money, making millions of dollars, and I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen it yet. Somebody in the stock market making that's for everything. One time it was Forex, and then it was now Bitcoin, and all this stuff that everybody's supposed to be making all this money for. Show us, show us that you're making it. You all are making the money, and you all are posting y'all deposits, and we're seeing y'all money coming in. Just tell them, show it to me, show it to me. Don't talk to me about it. Show it to me, show it to me. Somebody showed me one time like maybe had $2,500 or maybe $3,000 in stock. I said, I do that in a day. But I care about the stock. I do that in a day. I do that in a day. You all see, nobody's making as much money as you all are in appliance repair. Just think, if you spent, especially you all who spent $500, y'all spent $500 into your appliance to come here to invest at $500 into appliance boot camp. Just say appliance boot camp was a stock. Y'all invested $500 into appliance boot camp, and y'all now are making $500 before 12 o'clock. Y'all making $500 before 12 o'clock, making over $100,000 a year. And I want to see the stock that's doing that, and then you can pull it off and tell them to do like you do. Tell them if they made whatever they got right now. Tell them to pull it off the stock market. Just pull it off the stock market and go back tomorrow morning and see how much money they got and how much they're gonna make. They ain't gonna make none. You can take all the money you got in your bank account right now. You all who now up and running and know how to run this business. I can take all the matter of fact, give them $10. Give them $100. Say, all right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you $100, and I'll give you 3 weeks. I give you $100 and give you 3 weeks and say, let's see who makes the most money in the next 3 weeks off of this $100, and who can sustain themselves off of this next 3 weeks off this $100. The stock can't do it. The stock can't do it. Everybody that's supposedly made all that money off of GameStop and GameStop and all that. I haven't seen it. They still working their jobs. Most other people I know who supposedly day trading and stuff like that. I don't know nobody who day trade for a living. And even I don't know anybody who does it. I don't know anybody who does it. And stock is not from everything I know about stock. Even when I was trying to buy some stock, I didn't like it. Maybe I just didn't study it well enough. Only way my portfolio was growing was because I was putting money in. I was constantly putting money in. I was bought on what they call that dollar cost averaging, meaning that even though you lose the money and this and that, don't matter. Just keep putting money in there, and eventually the dollar cost averages, meaning you're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some, lose some, win some. At the very end, you have a lot of money. It don't matter. And the only way mine was growing was because I kept putting money into it, and I didn't like that. With appliance boot camp, what's it called? Not appliance boot camp. Well, with appliance repair, I ain't putting no money up. $20 maybe in my gas tank, and I can come back home that afternoon with hundreds of dollars in my pocket. No, no, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. All right. Tat, Mike, what's the name of the books you read every year? I have read Up from Slavery. I do Up from Slavery. I do W.B. Du Bois, The Souls of Black Folks. I do Marcus Garvey, Message to the People. I do The Richest Man in Babylon. So those are the books I read every year. Well, my wife said I'm not reading. Those are the books I listen to. I read Marcus Garvey because that's not on Audible. I do those every year. I don't think it's going to take years for Phantoms is already here. I ain't had no problems. I haven't had no problems. So if it's here, I don't know. Somebody have to tell me. I'm like JFK. They asked him about the Great Depression. He said the only way he knew about the Great Depression, he read about it in school. The only way I know if we're in a pandemic or that time's supposed to be hard, I have to turn on the news and somebody has to tell me. I ain't had no hard times from doing supposedly this pandemic. I made most money I made in my life during this pandemic. So I ain't had no hard times. I don't know if we are a family. I thought with me, I'm looking at y'all. I'm saying Warren Davis, he just made $1,100 today in 8 hours. So I don't see nobody having no phantom here. I don't know. We need to be buying land to feed ourselves. We need to be learning all that. We need to. There's so much stuff we need that we need to learn. That we need to be doing it and stop depending on everybody else to do it. Start developing our own communities and stuff like that. There's so much stuff we need to do. Yes, I want you to show the receipts too. Y'all show y'all receipts. Everybody who's supposed to be doing all this stuff with all this stock and all that, show the receipts. Chris Segman, my brother's doing the same thing. I match my money with his money. He stopped texting about it. I know. Everybody who keeps telling me that I haven't seen it. They go, you have to be incredible discipline and stop. That's what they tell us, but I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. And then I don't see them doing it. I don't see them. Everybody that I know that's out here buying property and doing this stuff, they run businesses. They run small businesses that's doing it. I haven't yet to see somebody say, "Oh, I'm making my money off the stock market." Most of the time, the stock market is kind of like the real estate. My business is not real estate business, and most people I know that are doing the real estate, they're not doing that to actually make. They're not doing that for the cash flow to make money. That's where we park our money. You don't want to put your money in the bank. You don't get no money from it, and bank doesn't hedge against inflation. So you make all your money. I make all my money in appliance repair, but I store my money in real estate. Same thing. People make all their money in whatever business they want, and then after that they might store it in stock, but they ain't going there trying to get rich off of stock and stuff like that. They actually using a business to do that. People don't realize a business is so powerful. If you get a business, we got small businesses and just one man shows like we're doing right here, and you cracking off $1,100 in 8 hours. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and you can do that 5-7 days a week, and your body ain't breaking down and all that. So this right here is great to do this, and this is a small business. And just think if you had 10, 15 people doing that for you every day. Just think if you had 10, 15 people just doing that for you every day, and how much money you would have. So yeah, stocks and all that stuff that looks sexy. So people don't want to do the work. People don't want to do what we are doing. They don't want to. They don't want to go have to fix something because you get judged on it. If you get judged on it if you can't go out there and fix it. If you can't fix it, you fail. You didn't do your homework. I don't care how smart you want to be and quote regurgitate all this knowledge about like for instance, you get all these people who want to argue about religion and regurgitate all this stuff about the Bibles and the ancient Egyptians and all that stuff. That stuff sounds good, but you can't get judged on it. You can't. It's a belief. You can't get judged on. And nobody came back from the dead and said, "Yeah, I went to heaven, or I went to hell, and all that." All that stuff is just a belief. But so you can sit all day and debate that stuff. But when it comes down to that refrigerator not cooling, and you show up, and when you leave, it's still not cooling, that refrigerator gonna say you don't know what you're talking about. You get judged right then and there quick. So that's why people don't like to do this, because you get judged. And if you come up and your business ain't making money, your family's struggling and stuff, we can look and tell you don't know what you're doing in business. You don't know what you're doing in business. But somebody come and they wanna just talk about it. Like I saw somebody the other day, they were talking about I saw the video and I got excited. I said, okay, this guy he's gonna be talking about building a community and bringing back African American farms. So I said, okay, this is gonna be good. And then the guy started talking. He won't talk about him going to buy no land and him going out learning how to do this stuff. He was talking about having some type of discussion group and getting the government to give you some money to actually for you all to give for he wanted to give some type of information out to people on how to do something that he had never done. He wanted the government to pay him for information about how to store food or something like that. Something he ain't never done. But that's what we want to do. We want something. We want somebody to pay us for something we have never done before in our life. They want to. I want somebody to pay me to. I want somebody to pay me to actually to do a research on something about some plant. No, it don't work like that. What you do is what we're doing. When you come out here and you invest the money into yourself, you go out here, you study, then you go out in front of that customer, and that customer gladly give you $250 in less than an hour to fix their stuff because you've done the work. You put the equity in there, studying and learning this stuff, and that's where the money is at. The money ain't into all that stuff where you want to learn UPC codes and all that BS. That stuff don't make you no money. And if you're doing all of that, and it's making you all that money, and you got all this stuff to do, so why we don't see anymore? All these people that supposedly have all that sense about how to acquire property and flipping appliances, flipping homes, and doing all of this stuff. You can't go where the buildings at when we go into the major cities, and I go downtown and all that. And I don't see none of y'all owning businesses, buildings and stuff. And y'all got all this knowledge and stuff about how to acquire property and how to pass it down and put it in trust and all this stuff that you telling me. I don't see you doing it. When I go, I don't see that you where your buildings at, where I can go put my hands on them and stuff. In any town, I don't see it. I don't want to see nothing that you talk about you renting and all that. I'm talking about something that you have purchased that's yours, your building that you're in, and that's your building. I want to go see that. Dr. Claude Harrison has been saying that for years. You can't go downtown and find two buildings that African Americans own. But every time you turn on Facebook, turn on YouTube and this and that, you get somebody trying to feed you all this stuff about how they'll teach you to go buy all this stuff, all that stuff from cryptos and all that. That's for somebody who doesn't want to do the work. If you want to get rich and you want to make money, just get you a skilled trade. If you want to get rich and get you some money and become wealthy, please get you a skilled trade. Just get you a skilled trade and just go out there and you'll get rich. It ain't gonna be no fast overnight rich, but it'd be the best thing you ever done in your life. When you get to a point where you don't have to worry about if your car break down, you got the cash to fix it. Your teeth hurting, you ain't got to worry about going to get no oral gel, getting no baking soda, whatever, trying to keep your teeth from stop hurting. You go to the dentist. Whatever you need, you can actually go pay for it. And when you get to that point, that's what the skilled trades will do. It'll get you to the point where you got the wolf away from the door, and now you can actually then start to really learn how money works. You'll get around people who really make money. Saturday night, I sat here and I talked to a local business owner. It was just a slow night because we had rain and ice falling. Wasn't nobody buying no ice cream. And her business that she owned a building. She owns a post office, and she's African American, and she had something going on in her building. and she was just tired. She said, "Hey, I'm tired. We got this big thing. We got this big event going on at my building. The people who work for me, they got it taken care of. I just needed to get away, and I just wanted to talk business." We sat in my ice cream parlor for almost 2 or 3 hours, and we just talked business and chopped it up and stuff. And and that's the way it should be. I don't see that when I go to all these places where these people supposedly know all this stuff. I don't see them. I still don't see it. Everybody who's supposed to be entrepreneurs and business owners, I have yet to see where they have built people up to where they're at. You all have surpassed me. Y'all can go out there and find 100 people that do what I do. I was talking to the guy earlier, the young lady earlier today, and they're talking about, oh yeah, we found out about you because of one Miss Ward. She said we found out you from Miss Ward, and Miss Ward has surpassed me because they look at Miss Ward because they look at where they know what Miss Ward is doing, and then they look at me and they say, "Well, you're not doing that." I said, "No, Miss Ward now they passed me. I showed them, but they don't pass me, and they're surprised that I wasn't doing as much as they were doing." And that's the way it's supposed to be. If I'm teaching the course and I can't get nobody here where I'm at, then I'm doing something wrong. And I see you've been teaching courses for years and years, and you're the only person still popping up on your course that's saying that's pushing it, and nobody has came up from you and rose up from the ranks and taken it further. Then I'm wondering about the course. I'm wondering about the course. I'm gonna read a couple more, then I'm gonna get out of here. Uh, that's good for you, bro. But maybe you haven't seen the cars lined up at the food banks. I don't want to go see the cars lined up at the food bank. Why? Why? I don't want. I don't want to be. I don't want to be insensitive. But why want to go down there and see the cars lined up at the food bank? Why do I want to do that? What I could go. I could walk down there to that food bank and you send them up here for a week. I tell you what, I can walk down there to that food bank and say close the food bank, give me 2 days, and I'll get them straight where they won't have to come back down here anymore. You ain't gotta go no dang on food bank. Why in the world I can go to food bank? It don't cost you $100 to feed your family. I can feed my family right now of four. I can feed us, go buy groceries and all that for 150, $100. I can make that in 30 minutes. So why would I go to the food bank and go beg somebody to give me some stale bread and all that BS? Where the food bank? Where did the bird go through the food bank? All this ice that fell on the ground and all this stuff. Where the squirrel going? Where the government gonna go drop off some cracked nuts for the squirrel because he can't get his nuts now because there's ice on the ground. What the squirrel gonna do? What he gonna eat? What the bird gonna eat? The worms can't come out now. They got snow on the ground. He gonna go to the food bank or he gonna get an EBT card? What they gonna do? So you mean tell me a bird and a squirrel got more sense than you got? When a grown human can't feed himself in the United States of America, but a squirrel and a bird can feed themselves with no problem. It's just crazy that you even have to go there. I ain't going to no food bank. I never go take no government handout. Never. I would never take it. Never take it. I'll never take it. My grandfather told me this story during the Great Depression, where my great grandfather, he sold corn liquor, but he didn't take no handout. When they were giving out the Great Depression, and they were giving out food stamps and clothes. My great grandfather put a gun on those social workers. Told him if he can't provide for his family, they want to have him to take that mess away. And I feel the same way. I ain't going to no food bank. I ain't going to food bank. If I go to Yellowstone National Park right now, and I go out there, and I'm gonna go out there and feed the bears. If I go out there and feed the bears, they'll lock me up and put me in jail. They'll say you feed that bear, he ain't gonna go out here and try to survive on his own. So you hurting him by giving him food, but yet and still they open up the food bank and stuff. You won't even think about going to figure out how to go make no money. Your way is you're gonna take the path of least resistance, just like water. You're gonna go to the food bank. I ain't going to no food bank. If we got so much food where people throwing it away, and you can't go get your own, come on. Yeah, in every crisis, there's always an opportunity. Glass half full. Yeah, I ain't going to no food bank. I never go to no food bank. Never. Appliance boot camp has helped my finances. Just got my bill for my truck repair. $982. I didn't even pay straight cash. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody going no food bank. I never go to no food bank. Matter of fact, I got mad at for my son and my daughter. Now what they do, in order for you to graduate from high school, you got to do so many hours of community service at the food bank. And so my son and my daughter, the whole summer they got to go to the food bank and actually volunteer to give out food, and I need them working. But that's what the society. Or you need to go there so you have compassion and stuff like that. Now the thing is, if you don't want to be poor, the best thing to do is not to be somebody who's poor. You got. There's no reason to be poor. There's no reason. There's no reason to be poor. Yeah, appliance prayer, nothing but a blessing. Can't argue. You can argue opinion, but you can show receipts. Yeah, there you go. Always. Appliance prayer is real, no doubt. Man, Uncle Mike is in his bag. Like, nah, no, personal call. I understand that, but I don't pay no attention to that. Why would we got it so hard, but I'm seeing you all posting every day. Y'all made $500, $600 before 12 o'clock. If that was the case, listen, we have been grinding, but the snow gave me a break. Now I went tomorrow dropping. There you go. Well, I dropped the Michael down. Now, this is the last one. I hear you, Mike. I saw it on TV. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that really makes me mad. That they put that on TV when uh, they should be putting, they should have been what you call putting what we're doing on TV. We're making history right here. All this African American history and stuff. We making history right here, and we're not getting anything for it. I honestly think that YouTube would put shadow ban on me. I honestly think that. I'm not getting any subscribers or anything. We act all this stuff of putting in African American history and stuff. You all are doing it. You all are doing it. You all have rebuilt Tulsa right now. You all have rebuilt Tulsa right now, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. And I go look at African American history, and I got some history. They act like we horses, and they act like we're animals. Who ran the fastest? Or somebody winning the NBA championship? Who cares? All the stuff they showing on YouTube, my whole feed. Some got people jumping in the air showing how high verticals you got, how well you can dunk a basketball. Who cares about that crap? That was one thing I'm glad about the pandemic. It cut that mess out. Nobody's looking at sports and stuff anymore. That's all our comparison comes to animals, how fast we run, who hit the most home runs and all that stuff. They didn't do one thing to help us as a race. LeBron James winning the NBA championship. He didn't do not one thing to help us as a race. And you see Latrell Sprewell, here he is now. They went there and they what's it called? They made $100 million and all that stuff all those years. Ain't got now next generation down. He ain't got $35,000. He got to go to GoFundMe. So that shows us that sports and stuff ain't the way either. And he can't even support himself. He can't even support himself. And ain't got nothing for the next generation. All that money he got, his next generation is starving. And he can't even provide basic health care for them. So yeah, no, we making history right now. All the people we putting out here, the people we'll put out here, man, it has surpassed anything that I have seen, anything else that anybody else has done, as far as courses wise. You all have done it. You all have done it, and the wealth that you all are creating. The stuff that people are talking about and they wish would happen, you all have done it right in front of everybody. You all have done it, and they know who. All these things they're putting out here about the appliance repair field and the skilled trades and the money and all that. They know who's doing it. They know who's doing it. They know it's y'all who's doing it. But they not coming. They're telling this you all. Everybody else has known about this for years and years and years and years. All the people just finding out is us. And so I think now it's dog whistles just telling everybody else to come back in because the numbers have got too great on our side. So I think it's really just dog whistles that they're doing. But USA Today and all them, they know where it's coming from. They know exactly where it's coming from. It's coming from you all. It's coming from you all. They say enough money coming through that you all putting out there. And they just now say, okay, the money is still there. Get your kids and stuff in here to balance the scale out. That's all it is. Right now, you know how many hundreds and hundreds of people, African American men that have came and started business in the last year through Appliance Boot Camp. How many people have quit their jobs? You know, if they want to do a story, come do a story on that. Just say how many people have quit their jobs. How many people have made hundreds have went from no money to make $100,000 or more a year? How many millionaires we have came through here? That's the stuff they need to be doing. That's the stuff that the universities should be coming in. And if I was the university, I would whatchamacall. I would say, hey, make this a curriculum. Put this into your curriculum that we do appliance repair and put it out there and get the people getting some money and making a living. I would do. Honestly, I would look into that. You would have to. The stuff that you all have done is you just can't do it. And then to see that we're still putting businesses out here, that you all are buying businesses, you all are buying property, you all are hiring people and stuff. And for them not to even mention you all names, anything, I don't care so much they don't say anything about me, but to give you all the credit for what you all done. You all are studying. You all are studying crazy out there. And for the rest of the country to be constantly writing stuff about you all and don't include you all, I think it's shameful. They think that we don't know. We know who has pushed the appliance repair thing and who's actually making it. So all right. That's exactly why I bought the course. No BS in your words. Test and improving blueprint. Yeah, it's test and improve because I do it. This is what I do. This is exactly what I do. Read this one, then I'm gone. ABC Ken. I'm definitely glad to be part of the history in the making through appliance repair by way of appliance repair. Yeah, y'all have really made history. And y'all have made history. We don't have to go back and talk about Haiti and Tulsa and stuff anymore. You all have done it. You all have done it. You all have came here, and I honestly believe if we could get a hold get somebody get the data how much money that you all are generating and per just through appliance repair stuff, the businesses that came, we could actually really find a way to actually get that data. I'll almost bet y'all generating more money than if we were to do dollars then and to now. I almost bet that y'all generating more money than Tulsa was as a community. As we took all the appliance boot camp alumni and people who people not even just alumni, the people who have looked at you all and looked at appliance boot camp on us, and especially if we include everything JT Hustle is doing and stuff, and we put it out there and say, hey, let's see how much capital we're generating per month versus what Tulsa was. I almost bet that you all have done it. I almost bet you all have got more than Tulsa has. I'm willing to bet that because I know how much these businesses up and down this street makes. I know that. I know how much money. I know how much money I was making at my other business, physical location business that I had. I know how much money these restaurants and stuff make, and I know how much these franchises and stuff make. And you all are right there on it. You all are making just as much as somebody. Y'all making 3 times, 4 times as much as somebody who owns like a Subway. They only make about $40,000-$50,000 a year off of that one location. They have to have sometimes 3 or 4 locations to make $100,000. You all are making $100,000 on your own. So I know what kind of wealth you all get. Y'all got more wealth and capital coming in than somebody owning a Subway. And so yeah, I know you all making that money. I know you all making it. So yeah, so once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you would, like I say in the description, I have the link to go buy some popcorn. We'll ship it out to you. If you would like to know how to come out here and make wealth through appliance repair, buy the course. We teach you how to make wealth. And if you somebody who got to go there to the food bank tomorrow, uh, don't go. Buy the course. Buy the course, and you never have to go to the food bank again. Your family will never have to go through the food bank again. You have pride and dignity about yourself. You ain't got to go beg nobody to feed you. You can go buy what you want to eat. And matter of fact, you be able to feed the community. You be able to feed your community. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. And I'm not trying to make light of nobody's situation. If you're going to that food bank, I wouldn't go. If I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. You know, I wouldn't go. I ain't picking on you or anything, but no, I wouldn't go. I ain't going. I ain't taking no food stamps. I ain't taking no vouchers or none of that. So you're smart enough to earn your own living. If you believe, if you believe what the Bible says, God has given everybody talents and gifts to make their way through here, through this world. And I honestly believe that everybody has got talents and gifts to make their way through this world. And you just have not been educated to know what your talents and gifts are and how to take them to the marketplace. Only thing you think you can be is a rapper, and you think you're supposed to be here to entertain. You think that's what you think. You think your job is to entertain everybody, and it's not. You make more money doing a skilled trade and offering some type of product or service to your community than you ever do running up and down the court. And playing football and getting your brain splattered out. And in later years, you're in bad health and all that, and they use you up and throw you away and don't teach you anything about finances or anything. No, you make you come out here, build your own build your own business, your own empire, where you can do whatever, and you don't have to ask for no help from anybody. You build it the way you want to build it, and you pass it on to your kids and grandkids. Once again, thank everybody for watching, and I'll talk to you all on Thursday.